Hey, welcome to another episode of the Anime Almanac podcast. It's your boy, Ray, Royal. However you know me, I am a man of many names. Welcome back to a new episode of the podcast. I apologize for the delay, but I've been scheduling a bunch of interviews, readjusting, getting back into school and whatnot, so I do appreciate you all for bearing with me. Today will be a special episode as I get into a new segment I've been meaning to introduce called Manga Manifesto. Anime Almanac, Manga Manifesto. If you couldn't tell, I really like alliteration, but that's a story for another day. This is a segment where I talk about, pretty much rant, solely about manga. So, this is your spoiler warning. You can tune into our regularly scheduled programming next week. Let's get it. So, the first manga I want to talk about, you already know the vibes, Goat Piece. Recently they had a dope guest chapter. It's always nice to see the style change up. We got to see Vivi again. Very, very good stuff. But I want to talk about the last chapter. Now that was crazy. Alas, the world is a stage and we are merely players. Now it's time for the stars to take the stage. Okay, Marco, hitting them with the Shakespeare? Nah, I'm playing. But that was very poetry-esque. But it's also nice because they had the Phoenix introduce the wings of the Pirate King. Oda's attention to detail is really crazy. And since the wings of the Pirate King have taken flight, we got to see Zoro take on King. We got to see Sanji We got to see Sanji fight that long-necked dinosaur dude. Forgot his name. He's kind of boring, I'm not going to lie. But he did give us some dope information. Apparently, Sanji is Lunarian or something. He's from the moon. Like, are those the people that NL got to work for him? Chapter's been going crazy. Everyone's been getting power-ups. Everyone's been getting developments. And then what else do we got? I don't know. But I'm not even going to talk about the leaks. Actually, wait a second. Wait 1 second. Zoro. Apparently Zoro is related to Ryuma. That's pretty crazy. We saw him in Thriller Bark? However many arcs ago that was, and now they're talking about him again? They're like, oh, Zoro kind of looks like that legendary swordsman. Insane stuff. Oda's world building is on a tier of its own. I don't think anyone in manga can do the world building he does. Also, I had a theory that Momo was the dragon that we saw many, many arcs ago on a colored panel. I believe Usopp, Robin, and Luffy were there dressed up in samurai garb, and you saw a pink dragon behind him. Way before Wano was introduced. Guess who that is? Momo in his dragon form. And word on the street is, we might even get to see some Momo as an adult. I don't know. I won't talk about the leaks though, because that's super spoiling, and I'm already spoiling enough as is. Next, we got My Hero. Listen, man. Bakugo is the GOAT because he finally apologized to my guy Deku. He had all the spotlight. But Uraraka, bro? Shorty made me actually want to cry. She made Deku cry. You know how big that is? The only people that have made Deku cry pretty much were his mentors, like All Might or Night Eye, rest in peace. And I'm not even gonna hold you, when Deku started crying, I got chills, my eyes started watering, I had to put down the manga. Hori is amazing. On top of that, his attention to detail, second to none. What's crazy is when the people were yelling at Uraraka because they didn't want Deku to come back to the academy, one of the guys doing that was wearing an All Might shirt. If All Might was his favorite hero, and he's talking crazy like that, what does that show about people who enjoy heroes? Because heroes are humans. But as I was saying, amazing attention to detail. The people who used to worship you turn on you so quickly. But at the end of the day, they're all just humans, and they're kids fighting for these adults that are being very unappreciative. So, I don't know what's going to happen next, but Hori got some great things planned. I already know it's going to be a banger. Next, I got Hunter's Guild Red Hood. Yes, you should read it. Velo, he's a dog. His whole village got destroyed, and then he decides, okay, let me hop on this giant metal device and train my butt off. The pacing is moving a little fast, I'm not going to lie, but it does make sense. the world building aspect, the way the pacing is going, it kind of makes it seem like they really want to immerse you. And I get that. A lot of people complain that certain manga do start off slow. So, being Horikoshi's Kohei, that makes sense. Drawback, Kohei was in the past episode, so if you don't know what it means, you gotta listen to the past episode. Back to what I was saying. Since Velo decided he wanted to train and just be like a hunter, they're putting him through hell. People are quitting. They're about to start the final little match. It's giving me Hunter x Hunter vibes, I'm not gonna lie. But who doesn't love a good training arc? They do get annoying, but they're always fire. And we got introduced to the beautiful Debonair Diamond. The way they draw women in this manga is insane. Debonair, pretty much, so she's sort of like Grimm. She has a curse, but rather than her curse turning her into a kid, Debonair's blood is like magma. It's hot as a mitten. I'm sorry, that was kind of corny. But, like I was saying, she's hot. Her blood's hot. Yeah. And her powers are insane. Like, they get attacked by what? I don't know, some huge fish manta ray. And out of nowhere, Shorty's like, boom! Hits him with the Mereoleona. And then, in the recent chapter, we got Mayor Heck. We thought he was dead. And at this point, I really think he's up to no good. Because it's interesting when he's talking to Cinderella and the wolf guy. Yeah, it's interesting when we see Mayor Heck talk to Lycan and Cinderella because they're the ops. Why is he being mad federal? It makes no sense. But an interesting attention to detail that I did like and appreciate, they talk about their world like it's a storybook. They talk about pages and legacies and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of the concepts of causality from Berserk. It really makes you think how much is set in stone and how much you can change when it comes to Hunter's Guild. Very interesting. If you haven't started reading it, I recommend you do. Next, we got Tokyo Revengers. I'm not even going to hold you. I like Senju more than Takamichi's old girl. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of shipping Taka Senju. That's just me though. Now we figure out Takamichi, aside from being able to travel back in the past, when he touches an object or a person, he can see into the future? I know this ain't that so Raven, but geez, he is tapped in now. Senju, she cool. She's the whole leader of Brahmin. And on top of that, like, come on. She's bad. You can't front. You thought she was pretty. You can't front. They hit you with the trap, and I'm like, okay, at least it wasn't that bad. Or at least it wasn't on some Kirara, but, let me back up. It's dope. They went on a little date to the carnival. They was having fun, but they was also keeping a real gangland activity, talking about Brahmin, all that good stuff, talking about the fight that's about to happen. Really dope stuff. Wakui has been snapping. I also like his attention to detail. I might just make that a segment. Attention to detail. Nah, I'm playing. But I like his attention to detail. Brahmin apparently really likes their history, and when Takamichi finally got his Brahmin robe, it showed the successor of the Black Dragons. It showed all his accolades. That was sick. Like, if I can get my hands on a Brahmin hoodie when they start making it for the cosplay, I'm gonna get one. Next, we got Fire Force. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know what's going on right now. Apparently, the Cataclysm is going stupid. Doppelgangers are running rampant. People is dying left and right. R.I.P. my guy Arthur. It's going pretty crazy. Like, we had Kuro. He just messed up his doppelganger. That was nuts. He hit him with the Black Dragon on some Hiei. Like, you can see Okubo with his attention to detail. Like, that's nuts. Paying homage. But in the new chapter, we got Tamaki. You'd already know Tamaki has a problem with fighting. Whenever she gets into a fight, her Lecherler, or whatever they call it, kicks in, and now she's showing skin left and right. Her power is cool, though. She uses her fire to turn into a cat, but hopefully they don't hit her with the catnip. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna say she be getting one-shotted, but hopefully we get to see it power up next chapter. I don't want to talk about the leaks, but it's about to get lit. I apologize for all the puns. Next, we got some JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, Anime of the Year, but now I'm talking about the manga. Still doing as good as ever. We got Itadori, Panda, and Megumi. They're at the gambling rink right now. They trying to hit a lick. Nah, I'm playing. But they are trying to hit some people, though. We got my guy Hakari finally in the mix. I'm not even going to hold you. When they first introduced Hakari, bro looked Puerto Rican. Like, he had the curly hair, the 4C hair, and everything. It was crazy. And when Itadori fought Hakari, we got to see some interesting power dynamics. His ability involves doors. From what I know, the only people who can really use doorways like that are the super higher ups. Like when they ask Gojo to go to a place and they're like, oh, okay, and then a door just pops up. He can do that off the strength, which means his cursed energy is probably tapped. That's pretty dope. Then we get to see Kirara a little bit. I apologize to all the guys that thought Kirara was hot, but she's a he. Interesting. You know how manga is. You always get hit with a trap when you least expect it. It happens to the best of us. But his power is crazy. Kirara's power is different. Bro be tapping into the whole solar system with it. Nah, I'm playing. But his power is very confusing for some, so let me explain it a little bit. Kirara's cursed energy is based on a star formation. Using that star formation, he can send objects with different polarities going forward or backwards, left to right, but it's all based on which star you get. In order to do that, I guess Kirara just likes astrology and that's why that's his power. But we'll find out. You already know my guy Megami got the W. Smart man, moving through the shadows. That's my guy. Probably my first favorite character. He's growing on me. It used to be Gojo, but they're abusing him right now, so I'm gonna hop off. Next, we got Black Clover. It's getting a little weird. It's dope to see all the character designs and everybody's power-ups, but there's no repercussions. Oh boy, and I forgot his name because he's really not that memorable. He died like 2 chapters ago. And now apparently he's back? Because of plot? Get out of here. People are getting healed left and right. No repercussions. Just a whole lot of shonen nonsense. Doesn't make any sense. Excuse my French, but it's just ass pull. But Black Clover art gets better and better. Maybe it's nearing its end because honestly I don't see where they can go next. They've expanded to every kingdom. And the Dark Triad literally obliterated an entire kingdom by themselves. So what's left after this? I don't know. I honestly think Yami might die. My friend Retro brought up a great point. Usually when people's backs are turned on the covers, they might get murked. But overall, Black Clover is cool. I love the art. The only reason I keep reading it, to be honest, is the art style. So I advise you guys to tap in at your own discretion because it's not for everyone. Lastly but not least, since Manga Manifesto, I want it to be quick, short and sweet like Dippin' Dots. We got, actually, this isn't even a manga. I'm getting into the manhwa bag. Solo Leveling. Sung Jesus Woo. Guess why I call him Sung Jesus? Because he came back to life, not once, but twice. The GOAT, the God. I'm gassing it, but I'm really not. He's probably the most broken character in anime manga. I'm pretty sure if Sung Jin Woo and Anos Voldigod fought, it would probably shatter reality. And if you don't know who Anos Voldigord is, watch Misfits of Demon Academy. Probably one of the most broken anime characters I've seen since Meliodas. But I digress. Sung Jesus Woo is doing crazy stuff. He finally can utilize the power of the Shadow Monarch. We thought he was dead. I didn't think he was dead. He's the main character. But he came back like O-Dog and decided to kill not 1, but 2, actually 3 monarchs by himself. Granted, there are other monarchs that still exist, and we're still waiting for the Monarch of Destruction, which I believe to be the Dragon Monarch. He's still gonna body them all. And on top of that, his pops came out of nowhere to protect him. We didn't even know what was happening to him. He came back to his pops and was like, yo, you're not about to leave us twice. And that was crazy because he's on some boss stuff right now. But nonetheless, I hope I was short and sweet. Leave comments, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Anime Almanac. Follow the YouTube, Raise Anime Almanac. Follow the Twitter at Almanac Anime. Y'all gotta show the Twitter love. We only have about 8 followers. So please follow us on Twitter. I appreciate you all. And like I said, the next podcast is coming soon. The interview is already recorded. I'm just trying to drop the heat. And I'm going to just let you guys know the guest right now. It's my bro at Tommy's Lover on Instagram. Or should I say Tommy's Lover, because that's how it's phonetically spelled. But nonetheless, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking around. And like I say all the time, I hope you all have a great day or evening, whenever this podcast drops, to be honest.